Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can clearly see in the title, we're gonna be breaking down and also my review on Sonic Prime Season 3 Episode 1. So guys, if you didn't know, Sonic Prime Season 3 Episode 1 came out early on YouTube. So guys, we know that Season 3 is coming out in less than a week, and it's coming out actually this Thursday. And they dropped the first episode on YouTube, only the first episode, like before the actual show comes out on Netflix. And guys, in this video, I'm gonna be here's my review on Sonic Prime Season 3 Episode 1. And oh my goodness, guys, this episode was actually crazy, and there's a lot of things to talk about. So guys, let's get to it. Alright, you guys, so the episode starts off saying previously on Sonic Prime. And to be honest with you guys, we just see what happened in the last couple season 1 and season 2 episodes, previously on Sonic Prime. And guys, I'm not going to be talking about this because this is just going to include scenes from the previous episodes that we already saw and from season 1 and 2. So I'm just going to skip this. And then we get back to the part where Nine, betrays Sonic and takes the shards. And we can see that he actually teleports to his base. I think we all know we're on that grim place. But yeah, he goes back there and he actually puts all the shards in a little thing. And he actually ends up forming them back together. I'm not joking, guys. He really forms them back together. They're all connected. And after that, we see some just crazy things happen. Because guys, if you didn't know, Nine used the shards to create his own base. I'm not joking. So we can clearly see that he builds his kind of his own little castle, I would say. A big castle, right? And he does that with the shard's energy. And then we get this cool flying scene, him flying at the top of the building. I think this is a pretty cool scene. And then he actually ends up using the shards again to make this giant shield around his castle so nobody would get near to the castle. And right after that, something weird is happening in the Grim. So immediately when Nine builds all of that with the shards, we can see that the shadow space is almost kind of wiggling and collapsing. Not collapsing, but I'll say wiggling, and something is happening with the other worlds. We can clearly see that the other shattered spaces are something's happening with them, and the other worlds they're shaking and something's happening to them because of that energy. And then they show us the Green Hill, the ghost version of Green Hill, we get cut to, and you can see that there's these cracks happening in the world, and you can see shadows outside the giant rock where the final battle was at season 2. And then the camera cuts to Sonic being actually quite sad, saying that Green Hill is gone, and he's very sad that Nine betrayed him, and yeah, and that's pretty much all what happens here. Then Shadow kind of runs up to Sonic and tells him to focus and that they need to get out of here because the shadows the world is breaking apart. And to be honest with you guys, a lot of people fans thought that this scene was gonna be way more dramatic, but it actually didn't. It was just him telling you to get out of here. Because guys, there were a lot of Sonic Prime fans that thought that this scene was gonna be kind of more dramatic or something because about the whole thing of Nine betraying Sonic, but it wasn't that dramatic, to be honest. And yeah, that's pretty much all what happens here. And then they run out of the cave, and you can see that the world is actually disappearing. You can see that it's turning pink, and some parts from the world are disappearing, and Sonic and Shadow are trying to run away. And you can even see that this entire mountain is being destroyed. But then, guys, we get cut to the Chaos Council. We see them, and we can see. So we can see that they're landing on the top of their ship that they were traveling in since season 2, and yeah. And then Mr. Dr. Eggman, or should I just call him Eggman because yeah, I'm just gonna call him Eggman. He shouts to the other four Dr. Eggman, Dr. Deep, Dr. Babbles, and the other two, and he tells them that they also have to get out of here. And he's also quite mad that like Nine took the shard, to be honest. And like always, Dr. Don't is just playing video games. Then Dr. Deep tells the other Eggmans that, the world is like being destroyed and that's not good. And then Mr. Dr. Eggman says that they barely have enough power for the ship because the shards like helped them, because the shards like had enough power for the ship, and he said like that they might not make it to New York City. And then they set to New York, and that's the last time we see them in the episode. Like, we don't see them anymore in this episode. Sonic and Shadow like are still trying to run, but then Sonic runs into like these ghost things of like Tails, Knuckles, and Amy that like he saw in season 2, like that are not real and just are like repeating what they're saying, and they actually like disappear with the world, like they're like they just go away and they just like disappear. And before they completely disappear, Sonic tells to them like that he'll be back for Tails, and like he just says that, to be honest, and they run again. And then Sonic and Shadow actually escape like the world, where they were in, and it completely like gets destroyed. I'm not joking, guys. Like like it got completely destroyed, and Sonic says that like Nine could do more of this, and like he says that Nine could also do this with the other world. So guys, this means that Nine is very powerful with the shards, and this shows guys that the shards are very powerful. And then we cut to Nine trying to like use the shard's energy to like make a bunch of like blocks or something, I would say. But he fails. And he eventually creates Chaos Sonic 2.0. Like he ends up making him like from that energy, and that's what happens. And immediately he goes to his computer and like he says that he is his friend. So Nine goes to his computer and he says that, like on his computer it says that he doesn't have enough like energy, like he doesn't have all the thing for the shards. And then he says what he is missing, and then he realizes. And Nine realizes that Sonic is actually like the final like thing that he needs to get. And I just have to say something, guys. And guys, this was actually something that I thought was gonna happen, because guys, I actually thought that Sonic was going to be kind of like the final shard, because like we all knew what happened at the end of season 2. So guys, if you watch my franchise facts Christmas edition video, you guys know like what I'm talking about, because guys, in that video I said that Sonic will be the final shard, and like that he needs to make also the ultimate sacrifice, because that's what it says in the article. So guys, this means that Sonic is really like the final shard for the other shards. So like everything gets restored, and he can get back home. So guys, I was right. Sonic then like takes Shadow to like the world where Nine, like what he find out about, like the one where he also made his castle, and like what he showed Sonic in season 1. So Sonic takes Shadow there because Sonic knows that Nine could be there. Shadow then says that he cannot go through gateways, but he actually can go through, but he kind of had to go to the side with Sonic. So like they go to the side of like the world, and they just get in through one of these cracks. So guys, I think guys, can I tell you what this means? So guys, this means, so if in the other worlds like the New York place, and even the Boss Cage maze, and even the Pirate World. So guys, if in those worlds are like cracks like this, guys, could this mean that Shadow can also get in those worlds? Like, I'm just saying, guys, that could actually happen, and we might actually see that happening maybe in the next couple episodes. I'm just saying, guys, because if it is, this means that Shadow can actually go through shadow spaces, or like the world, however you want to call them. And after they get in the gateway, they see what Nine made, and the two are shocked. And Nine actually ends up seeing Sonic, and Sonic tells him that we had a plan, but Nine says that of course that was his plan, and they kind of like a little bit argue, but not too much, I would say. Shadow then says that it was all about power, because Shadow like doesn't trust Nine anymore. Nine then ends up saying that this world will be his paradise. Nine ends up using the shard so he can create that giant shield again. Sonic tries to, make Nine come back to his side, but of course he fails, and Nine says that he's not gonna do that because he says that Sonic was just using him. And then Nine revealed Sonic to Chaos Sonic 2.0. Like, that's not his exact name, I'm just giving an example. Yeah, but Sonic ends up seeing him, and this is actually something, like, we actually saw this in, like, a little clip that came out on YouTube, like, a few months back. But yeah, he, like, says that he already defeated one of those things in New York, but now, like, he's on his own with Shadow, of course, and they fight him. Sonic and Shadow end up, of course, defeating, like, the robot. But guys, then we see one of the coolest scenes in the episode. Nine says that he'll decide when it's over, and he shows the other four Chaos, like Knuckles, the Bird, Amy, and Rouge. He, like, shows all of them, and they just, like, straight up go attacking Sonic. So they end up, like, attacking Sonic and Shadow. Like, Amy goes for Sonic. The Bird also. And Shadow actually, like, fights Chaos Rouge. And I admit, their fight was pretty cool. Like, we barely saw, like, any of it, but it was actually pretty cool, I have to admit. And we can clearly see that these, like, Chaos, like, robots created by Nine are very strong. And we can actually see that Sonic and Shadow, like, struggle fighting them. And we can even see, like, Sonic gets hit by Chaos Amy's hammer. Sonic tries to, like, get up the castle so, you can, like, attack Nine, I would say. But Nine actually ends up, like, throwing these rocks at him, what make him fall. And eventually, all, like, the Chaos robots surround Sonic and Shadow, and Nine also comes down, and oh my goodness, Nine acts like a freaking villain here. Like, he comes down and he acts like, oh yeah, I can control them, and, like, they are my friends. And he acts like Dr. Eggman, like, I would say, when he was evil. Like, Dr. Eggman is always evil, but, like, he acted as him, but, like, worse. I just cannot believe seeing, like, Tails like this. Like, seriously, guys. Who thought that Tails would be the final villain for Sonic Prime? Like, seriously, that's insane. Sonic actually, like, asked Nine if he, like, built the prism. Nine says yes, but he said that something's missing. And, like, Sonic wonders. But then Shadow actually realizes it's Sonic. And they ended up fighting, like, the Chaos, like, robots again. So Shadow tells Sonic that, like, he is the one that, like, is the final, like, kind of shot, like, the energy that Nine needs. So, like, the robots still, like, chase after them, but Shadow does, like, this weird thing where he goes in circles, what makes, like, Sonic, like, wiggle, like, around the air, kind of. Nine tries, like, not to make, like, Shadow, like, take Sonic away from him, so he, like, kind of creates, like, this big gap. Shadow tells Sonic that it is for his own good, and he throws Sonic out of the shadow space so, Nine wouldn't get him. Nine ends up being super, like, pissed, like, he says no, and he gets very, very mad. Then, Nine takes, like, the Chaos Birdie, and you can see that he has, like, a mission for it, and he actually, like, creates 2 more birdies from him. So, guys, we actually see that in the set, like, we can see that there's gonna be more birdies, and I think this is how they come from, and I think there's probably, like, where also more of them will come from. Shadow is, like, trying to fight the other robots, but guys, because of how he's alone now and he doesn't have Sonic, he, like, gets easily defeated. Like, he gets punched a few times and he struggles with them. And because of how hard they hit him, he actually falls down, like, that giant hole, and, like, yeah, he just kind of falls down. And we see, like, the other, like, Chaos robots just, like, watch him fall. And then the episode ends right there. Also, guys, don't worry. I don't think Shadow's dead. I think he's just gonna be knocked out. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. Guys, I have to admit, we started off, I think, with a very, like, big and good episode. I think, like, season 3 started off very well. I think this is the best, like, episode 1 of a season from Sonic Prime. Seriously, Netflix, you did great, and I think this was a great episode. Definitely a 10 out of 10 I have to give this episode. But still, guys, I'm glad that we, like, all of us, like, saw this episode early on YouTube. I cannot wait for season 3. It's gonna come out on the January 11th, 2024. But yeah, I cannot wait. I love the episode. Netflix, you did a great job. I think I cannot wait to see the rest of, like, the 7 episodes. I hope this is the finale, and I think it is. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video because I, like, really like this episode. And 9 is a net, like, seriously, like a freaking villain, and he is, like, so cool now, like, and he's a menace. But still, kind of wait for the rest of the episodes to come out on Netflix. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and roll out.